Battle control initialized.
Hello there, comrades and cannon fodder, it's Dvoid here. I've got a 1v1 multiplayer game on Timian map for you, and I'm using France, and my opponent's using Russia for this game. I'm basically going to show some basic Allied tech units that are unique to the Allies, that the Soviets don't have, and demonstrating a few basic applications of that for this game. So if you like what you see, give us a sub and a like, because the channel's kind of taking shape now. The equality is slowly improving, so the better the channel does, the more people get to enjoy the Red Alert content. So, you know, it can't hurt. So let us know what you think, and we'll get back to the replay. We're in the oil capture phase. I've gone straight for an engineer at my closest oil derrick, so's the enemy, and that's safe enough to do that on this map, as long as you've got some rifles there. But I'm going to test and see what the earliest possible time you can get rifles to this point by moving around the edge of the map or something, or this way, for example, and see at what point I can get rifles there. You know, because I've seen dogs catch engineers out that have been lazy at this first capture, so, you know, I'm sure it's possible. Or to perhaps chase him with a dog after he's captured this and he's on his way up here to the second one on his own, then perhaps following him with a dog or something. It might be worth trying, it might be worth a go. But I've captured my second oil derrick, my opponent's in the process, he's got his second one now. So I've just, my two rifle scouts that were going to guard this oil derrick from capture, they've discovered these 4 rifles making their way up here. So I've taken care of them, far outnumber them. I'm just getting my rifle guards in position, look. This is to warn me of any raids on my ore trucks. This stops engineers and grenadiers moving around the edge of the map, but I always, as a rule, have a rifleman here as well, just for some extra warning. You know, and a rifleman, I often place one a little bit further down. It never hurts having a little bit of extra warning from your rifle guards. I've got my war factory placed and my scout vehicle. I'm moving on the enemy's oil derrick here by the looks of it, and I might find a different routine for some, you know, just for another option rather than doing the same thing each time I go on this map of capturing mine, going for the enemies, and this happening. I should find a way of changing the routine just so I've got options. Because my opponent's here now, and he's caught out my rifle guard. Nicely done. And his engineer can capture this. And I would have seen that, but there's very little I can do about it. I'm protecting this direction, but his APC has got a snipe. And yeah, I was a few seconds away from the capture, sadly. So my opponent has captured 3 oil derricks and I've got 1. So I'm trying to group these units together, and I need my scout vehicle in place. I need it. These guys have been caught out. Luckily there were no rockets with them. But I'm expanding. I just caught sight of my MCV, plus I'm getting my scout vehicle in position. And the enemy's moving ahead. These units escorting my MCV have caught sight of the enemy attack force. If they target the right structures, that's a threatening force, as long as they target the right structures. I'm placing fakes, look, just in case he decides to go for my power plants. Look, and he is, and he's got a fake. So that held him up. I'm repairing that one, and now I'm attacking him. So it held him back and held him up for a moment. I should maybe have placed more fakes in his path, but I'm pleased that I at least placed one. But my opponent's left his engineer behind. And these guys need to move out because I've got to escort this construction yard down here to expand. I need to expand quickly. And my opponent's moving forward. Look, he's investigating this ore patch. And look, we need an eco transfer quickly. I'm producing medium tanks now. Let's just have a look at the army value. We've had a little bit of combat. 8,500 to 12,000. So I'm ahead. We need an eco transfer. And we've got an engagement here. I'm just holding my ground. My tanks are being destroyed quickly. These medium tanks, they're a lot more lightweight than the Soviet heavies. See, I'm getting them into screening position. They're getting wiped. And seeing these tank losses, losing tanks so quickly, is what I was, that stuck in my mind. I didn't want to do that and just keep having my tanks wasted. I'm capturing this oil derrick, but the last few units of my opponent's attack force managed to kill him. So he did well to snipe that. He's moving forward with an MCV, but my force has overrun this position now. So yeah, he's going back. But look, I've harvested all this ore. We need an eco transfer quickly. There we go, that's it. I've realised they are full of ore, so, you know, I haven't wasted any time. There's a capture again. I'm not wasting any time there either. And here we go. You need to get to 7 barracks as quickly as possible. And I've got 5, 6, 7. So there you go. I've got my 7 barracks now at 8 minutes. I probably could have placed them sooner. 7 minutes maybe, I don't know. I could have placed them a little sooner at least. Well, here we go. I've moved on. This is a worthwhile attack force. There's only 2 tanks, but it'll do. I don't feel like I'm under that much threat. And this force here with more tanks is my is going to escort this MCV. But I've engaged here, taken out base defences, and he's rescued his ore trucks nicely. And it got away. That's just managed to escape, so that was nicely done. Taken out Tesla coil. And here we go. Holding my ground. Oh, he's lost his ore truck. And I need to get these tanks up front because I thought I can actually win this engagement. He's running out of units quickly, and then if I can, rather than destroy, because I thought there, look, to target the power plant, but I thought, no, I'll actually target these units. And then I'm in a far stronger position and I'm still able to destroy these targets. So I thought, rather than be greedy and go for the power plants and sacrifice my units, I thought, no, you know, be a bit more careful, and then I'll still be able to do that. But here you go, look, I have finally had to retreat and repair that tank. But I've hit his main eco supply here. 3 ore trucks gone. There's my engineer capturing the oil derrick. So I've got 1, 2, 3 to 1 now. It's turned in my favour. And I haven't got vehicles to advance here, so that's why these units are just chilling. They're just holding there and drawing the enemy's attention. And I'm not destroying these assets because I don't want to. But he's escaped with the MCV. And he's got a small force there, but I'm bringing my MCV forward. And army values are way in my favour. No problem. My enemy's got support powers though. Yes, I'm about to place a radar dome. And now I've got vehicles with these units, I can advance and clear out his base. He destroyed a power plant of mine there, but I've got forces here ready to receive his attack, because I don't know what's there, but I did see him attacking. And oh, his ore trucks escaped. But I'm placing this here. We've got a spy And as soon as I've got him, I turn him into one of my infantry, because that's no big deal to the enemy. But rather than infiltrate straight away, I kept him away because I don't want to infiltrate and have the enemy sell it. So I've captured it with an engineer, now he can't sell it, and I can infiltrate at my leisure. That was a couple of grand at least, if not more, out of that. Yeah, he's still got a couple of grand left, so yeah, that was a nice steal. But my engineer is inside that refinery, can you see? He's just there, look, and that makes him harder to target. So I keep resetting the capture bar, and then also keep infiltrating. But he's sold the airfield, and I've got him here. This is distracting me, but I've got a thief. Sorry, it's a spy. You see him in his uniform. I've got a spy there, and I'm sending it to the enemy power plant, and that means he's in low power. 11:45. See, he's in low power here because my spy infiltrated a power plant, so he's in low power all over. And the enemy sold that power plant, look, but it doesn't matter. He's still in low power until that yellow bar counts down. So that's 15. It's about 20 seconds he was in low power, so that's a really nice ability, that. I actually captured one of his ore trucks, and here I've destroyed an enemy heavy tank, and my mechanic has repaired the wreck, and it now belongs to me. So you put a mechanic inside a wrecked vehicle and it belongs to you. So I did that with that heavy tank there, look. And I also did it with an ore truck. I forgot to show you. I think it was that one, because an ore truck will repair itself to just over halfway health, so I think it was that one. But your mechanic here, look, he could go inside the wreck of that ore truck, whether it's a destroyed enemy vehicle or a destroyed friendly, it doesn't matter, and he can fix it. And when you repair a destroyed wreck, it fixes it up to a small percentage, say 20% of its health maybe, but then your other mechanics can then repair it to full health for free. So you expend a mechanic by fixing a wreck, it goes inside and you get the vehicle. But then your other mechanics can then repair that vehicle to full health, or you can send it to a service depot. But I did miss capturing the ore truck, because what I did was the enemy built an ore truck and it went this way and was destroyed, and one of my mechanics took the wreck. And it started harvesting here, dropped its ore off there, and then it looks like it's gone off this way. So there you go, it just shows you the use of the Allied spies, and it's best to turn it into one of your own infantry. Turn a spy into one of your riflemen, because an enemy rifleman heading for a refinery is no big deal, especially with if it's one of a few rifles, it's no big deal. But if you disguise your spy as an enemy rifleman and it's heading towards one of their refineries, they know it's not their guy and they can't control it, so they know it's a spy and they'll sell it. But if they see an enemy rifleman heading towards their refinery, that's no big deal. So, and it can be disguised amongst a few other units, so your hidden rifleman is a spy, and the enemy don't know it. Whereas a Soviet thief on its way, they can see it and sell it. So a spy, you disguise them as your own rifleman, and then it's no big deal seeing an enemy rifleman wandering around, especially if there's combat going on and more important things happening. You know, what's a rifleman? No big deal. But it's a spy, and it can, if you put a spy inside an enemy barracks, it will allow you to train infantry at veteran level 1. So your infantry are trained already at veteran level, which gives them damage, speed, and bonuses like that, fire rate and things, I think. But when you get a spy, you can put it in the enemy war factory, and your vehicles will be built at veteran level 1. That's a very handy ability, because Allied tanks they struggle to match up against Soviet tanks, being heavier. The Soviets are heavier, more powerful tanks, so being able to train your Allied tanks at veteran level 1 as soon as they're built, that's very handy for helping you match the Soviet heavy armour. It's very handy, that. And they'll also probably move a little bit quicker, and that is a nice advantage for Allied medium tanks, in that they move quite quickly, and they're very good for eco-rage. They can move around the map and outrun they can outrun Soviet infantry, and they can outrun Soviet tanks. So they are very good units. They can be a right pain. you need to use their mobility. It's a really good advantage, but it's not easy to use because you have to know where to send them, when to, and when to avoid the enemy and things. But I'll, excuse me, I'll go through the basic graphs and charts. There's the army graph. Yeah, that my army climbed in size a lot near the end. Earnings graph, fairly even until about 8.5 minutes. My finishing army, I've got a heavy tank because I repaired the wreck. I've got 14 mediums and plenty of the rest. Combat chart, 167 kills to my opponent, 187 kills to me. That's a good scrap. That's equal. That's quite equal. Support powers, no, my opponent's lost his airfield, so he hasn't got any. Production, the economy, yeah, I earned a lot more by the looks of it. Basic tab, I did end in low power. I'm only 10 behind, so I could easily have sold a base defense, sold a pillbox, and I would have been in normal power mode. By 10, I would have had 10 power spare, so that would have been no problem. But yeah, there you go, there's the end of that game, and it was just a few basic allied units to show you that the Soviets don't have that capability to fix the destroyed vehicles or to fix destroyed enemy vehicles. And if you pack up an MCV, your construction yard, you pack it up into an MCV and drive off to go to an expansion, if that gets destroyed, you can put a mechanic inside the wreck and fix it. And you can also destroy an enemy MCV and put a mechanic inside it, and that gives you their technology, their tech. So if you're allies, obviously if you've got a mechanic and you destroy a Soviet MCV, then you take it with a mechanic and fix the wreck, you can then set it up and build Soviet structures and Soviet units. So the allies have really got some great advantages. They can take Soviet tech. It's very good, and the first thing you usually do is pack, if you're under threat, is pack up your MCV and escape. So the allies could have a small pack of light tanks with a ranger, destroy that MCV as it's escaping, while they're busy fighting your attack force, say, and the MCV moves away, your light tanks destroy it, and then your ranger can drive up and a mechanic can steal it. So it's really good to practice and train at that sort of thing. Because, you know, it's right to pack up your MCV and escape if you're under threat, but it's often not easy to choose a route the enemy isn't going to be able to predict. So you just best have enough units to protect it, that's all. But when you lose an MCV and you're Soviets and you don't have the ability to train mechanics, if you lose an MCV and you destroy an enemy MCV, destroy it, destroy the husk. Hold control and force fire it to destroy the husk, so the your enemy can't use mechanics to fix it or to steal yours. So it's a very interesting unit, the spy and the mechanic. But thank you very much for watching, and like I say, if you liked what you see, sub and give us a like, and until next time, viewers, thank you very much, and for now, goodbye.
Battle control terminated.